Another section that I want to go through here is the category research. So let's go through this one here. Okay, so this is super good information here. As you can see, all these different categories, right? And you can see total sales, which ones are the most hottest. Okay, now the ones with the, looks like this is reddish there, are going to be the most highest selling. Okay, so looks like in health and beauty, vitamins and dietary supplements. Okay, home and garden, yard, garden, and outdoor living. Okay, so we can automatically, just without even clicking on anything, see what are the highest types of products within that category that are selling. Pet supplies, dog supplies. Okay, looks like dog supplies is the highest, right? Fish supplies is number 2. That's you'd figure cat supplies would be okay, but cat supplies is still huge. I mean, fish and aquariums, guys. I mean, there's so many different areas to get into. Let's see if we went into the pet supplies. Okay, then it gets a little bit more in depth here. So we went into the pet supplies. So let's say we went into the dog supplies. Training and obedience. This is huge, right? We can get down to agility training, electronic fences, trainers, whistles, training dummies, house training pads, right? This is really specific information here, right? Because we're breaking it down and we're getting vertical with it, right? We're figuring out, okay, so the pet supplies are a big market, right? Then we got down to the dog supplies. Then we narrowed it down even more to training and obedience. And this is where we can narrow down even more and get really niche. And this is what I mean. So starting out really niche on one little small area, right? Getting that going, growing a little bit, and then moving on to different areas. Maybe you started out with agility training, okay? Maybe then you moved into electronic fences, right? House training pads, and then moved on from that. And then from that, maybe you went on to other dog products. And as soon as you establish yourself as an authority in the dog market, move on to the cat market, then step into the, fish market, right? So it's vital. It's very vital for you to understand the fact that you don't want to try to get into multiple categories all at once. You want to go niche and you want to put all your focus, right? And have clarity as to what you want to do. Put all your focus into that little micro niche and slowly grow, okay? Step by step, you're going to get ahead. Not necessarily in large spurts. This is not something where you're going to make $1 million overnight. You have to understand there's a natural progression to the seasons. And there's a natural progression to business, okay? You need to have that framework in your mind and understand that. So let's say we wanted to start out with the agility training. So with the agility training, just on that specific niche on eBay, we can see here, right, list of eBay categories and subcategories. We can see all the different products that are being currently sold. And then we can see, this is the view here of the trends, of the historical trends for this category. So as we see back in March, okay, been moving up and down, right? So this is pretty typical of a market here. So top sellers who are selling the most, okay, in this particular niche, right? This is what's so cool about this, is that you can go and see all the different competition, right, that's already selling in that particular niche, research them, study them, see what they're doing, see where you can add more value and be able to outperform them, okay? This tool here is crucial for anyone on eBay that is wanting to make a significant amount of income, okay? And we're only able to see up to 30 days in this particular area. So the most that these sellers have sold within 30 days is 5,337. This is the most that one particular seller. But if we add up all of these, okay, we could come up with a pretty significant number, right? And then we would go and we would study these listings, okay? Okay, so spend some time going through these different categories here. Research is probably where you're going to spend the most of your time. understanding the different types of listings, understanding your competition, okay? Because it is very, very important that you model what's already working, right? There's a reason why these guys here at the #1 spot, 25 Zippy Dogs, are selling 5,337. There's a reason for that. They're doing something right, okay? So what you need to do is you need to model what works, okay? And take it a step further and differentiate yourself from the competition. So this is the final section here. That's going to help out with your listings. So let's go to SEO. And this stands for search engine optimization, if you weren't aware. Okay, so let's say you wanted to create a listing for a dog crate, okay? So you would type in those two words and automatically it's going to pull up different keywords that you could add on that are recommended for your particular listing, okay? So you have cage, kennel, pet, folding, cat, metal, right? So you can get very, very specific. And this is going to help you out in your particular listings. So this is it for Terapeak here. I believe it's about $29 a month or $25 a month, depending on the level of membership. Or you can pay, I believe, $200 a year. And I believe you can actually go on Google and search for a coupon. I mean, it's well worth the money. I mean, this is going to help you just so much in your research. You're going to understand different metrics, different data, understand what's selling or what's not selling. This is going to help you reverse engineer what people are already doing successfully, okay? What people are already selling, what the market already wants, so you can essentially just give it to them, okay?